Please reduce the dholak volume. Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki Jai. We will be using book number 2. Please turn to page 44. Please raise your hand if you need a book. Page 44. And I request you all to please turn off your cell phone. लाडली लाल की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। एष वै भगवान् साक्षात् प्रधान पुरुषेश्वरः योगेश्वरैर् विमृग्यान् घ्रिर् लोकोऽयं मन्यते नरम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर् गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वेदानुद्धरते जगन्ति वहते भूगोलमुद्बिभ्रते दैत्यं दारयते बलिं छलयते छत्रक्षयं कुर्वते पौलस्त्यं जयते हलिं कलयते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान् मूर्छयते दशाकृतिकृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः। नमः कमलना भाय नमः कमल मालिने नमः कमल पादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तग्वंह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Eternally seeking souls, this evening let's drink the nectar of yet another childhood pastime of Shri Krishna, which is in Prem Ras Madira by Jagadguru Uttam Shri Kripalu ji Maharaj. तो चलिए आज श्री महाराज जी के द्वारा दर्शाई एक और भगवान श्री कृष्ण की बाल लीला के रस का पान करते हैं। पेज 44, बुक नंबर 2, भजन बुक 2. I request you all to sing after me. So I'll be singing and stopping and explaining this wonderful Leela. ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल, ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल,
ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल।
Reduce ढोलक volume please.
ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल,
ढांपे मुख कामरे 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 रूठे लाल, ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल,
ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल, ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल।
उठहु लाल बेला गोचारण,
उठहु लाल बेला गोचारण,
बेला गोचारण,
बेला गोचारण।
उठहु लाल बेला गोचारण,
उठहु लाल बेला गोचारण।
ढांपे मुख द्वार टेरी रहे ग्वाल, ढांपे मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपे मुख द्वार टेरी रहे ग्वाल, ढांपे मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे कामरे रूठे लाल, ढांपे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल,
ढांपे मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपे मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
It's morning time and Thakurji, little Kanhaiya, is doing man. He is not pleased, he is unhappy, and he is not willing to get out of bed. He's not even willing to show to Mother Yashoda or to anyone that he's even awake. And he has gotten up, but he's not willing to let his Maya know that he is even awake. So when Thakurji does man, when Shri Krishna does man, when he is displeased, and we always hear about Radharani being manini when she does man, it's not because of anger issues, because this is God we are speaking of, and God does not suffer from anger or any other vice of Maya. Anger, greed, hatred, pride, jealousy, that's for all of us. We are ordinary people. But God is the Lord of Maya, and anger, greed, hatred, pride, and the like, these are vices of Maya, and only someone who is controlled by Maya suffers from these. But when Shamsundar, when Kanhaiya does man, when he gets angry, or when Radharani gets angry at Thakurji, it is just to increase the nectar. Some pastime happens, and these pastimes increase the nectar so that we may drink that very sweet nectar. So something has gone on the previous night, because he has been upset since the previous night. And Mother Yashoda kind of saw that, but she didn't make anything out of it. And he went off to sleep. And now he is up, but he is upset. And he covers his whole face with the blanket, with his black blanket. And poor thing, at least he has a little blanket. He sometimes uses it to lay it on the ground, and he sits on top of it. At night time, he covers his body with it. And the thing is, look at Bhagwan Vishnu. He's sleeping on snakes in the middle of the Milky Ocean. He doesn't even have a blanket. But Thakurji has a little blanket, and he covers his whole face with the blanket. In other words, as if to say, I am angry, and and I'm not getting up. And as always, Yashoda Maiya comes to wake him up, and she says, Lala, beta, it's time to get up. Wake up, wake up. And he ignores her completely. He's got his eyes closed very tightly, and he's not willing to show her that he is already awake. Now, how can you wake up someone who's already awake? It's very difficult to wake up someone who's sleeping. It's very difficult to wake up a sleeping child. And it's very difficult. Every mother knows that. But how do you wake up a child who is awake? He's not willing to. So she says, how do I get him out of bed? So she says, Lala, your friends are all here, and they are calling for you. And the friends were indeed there. They're saying, Kanua, Kanua. They are shouting this slogan, Kanua, Kanua. Nara laga rahe hain, sakha log bahar. Tujhe sunai nahi pad raha kya? And your friends are going off to graze the cows, and don't you want to go with them? Do you not wish to go with them? ठीक है, मत उठो, पड़े रहना अकेले घर पे, मैं तो नहीं खेलूंगी तेरे साथ. All your friends are going off, and you'll be left all alone. Now, what is the mission of a child's life? The child says, I have one aim in life, and that is to play. That's it. What do you get up for in the morning? To play. What are you doing now? Why are you doing this? To play some more? Everything is about play, games and playing. So Yashoda Maiya thinks that will get him out of bed. If I tell him that he won't be able to play with his friends, he's too small to graze the cows, and he can't even speak properly yet. But he goes with all the bigger boys. And Thakurji is the youngest. He's the smallest of all the boys. And that is by design, so that the older boys can boss him around. They can scold him. They'll say to him, Kanhaiya, you're very lazy, you're very careless, we're doing all your work, and here you are like Lat Sahab, here you are like a big boss sitting over here. This will not do anymore. You have to do your fair share of the work. They will tell him later on when he's older. Right now, Maiya sends him with the other boys just to play. You just go and play. And she tells him, Lala, don't you even by mistake, don't go near the cows. Because these cows are so big and you're so small. And if a cow happens to kick you with its leg, you might get seriously injured. So don't go near the cows. But just play at a safe distance. And Balrao Bhaiya is there, Balram is there, and Maiya has told him to take care of his little brother. So she sends him every day, otherwise he'd be bored at home. What's he going to do? He's not going to help her with chores. He's not going to say, Maiya, give me the mathani, give me the churner, and I'll churn the curd for you. Maiya, I'll boil the milk for you. He's too small. He's not going to do any chores around the house. So Maiya says that this will get him out of bed. All your friends are out there calling out for you. But Kanhaiya, there's no reaction. He listens, he hears what Maiya is saying, but as we say, ek kaan se suna, dusre se nikal diya. He just ignores what she is saying. There is no reaction. So Maiya, she shakes him with her hands. She shakes him, but no reaction. And she thinks he probably played too much for too long yesterday, and he's too tired. That's why he's not getting up. Then she tries removing the blanket, but as she pulls the blanket off, he pulls it back, and he covers his face again. She pulls, and he pulls it back. She pulls, he pulls it back. She said, what's going on? What is going on? Let's find out what's going on. ढापे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल ढापे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल
ढापे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल ढापे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल
ढापे मुख कामरे कामरे रूठे लाल ढापे मुख कामरे रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
कैसे हूँ उठत न बोलत।
कैसे हूँ उठत न बोलत।
उठत न बोलत।
उठत न बोलत।
कैसे हूँ उठत न बोलत।
कैसे हूँ उठत न बोलत।
ढापी मुख रिस भौहन बल भाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख रिस भौहन बल भाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख रिस भौहन बल भाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख रिस भौहन बल भाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल। ढापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
So Kanhaiya does not wake up for a long time, but then he thinks, okay, now I should get up. I should not pretend anymore that I'm sleeping. And so he does get up. He's still in bed, but he's no longer laying down. But now, although he's awake, he's showing that he's awake, but he's not saying anything. Maiya is saying, what happened? He's not saying anything. Arey hua kya? Kuch nahi, bas bolte hi nahi hai. He's not saying anything. So he does not get up, and then after a long time when he does not disclose what has upset him. But Maiya is able to see very clearly that he is very upset. He's upset. Because, well, we can tell when a person is upset. Someone is smiling, and their eyes are very shining, they're bright, and you say, you must be upset. No, we know this person is happy. But when there's their brows, you can tell by the brows, and they're just looking miserable. And even a very good-looking person looks very, very ugly when anger is not an emotion that makes us look pretty or handsome. It just so you can tell when someone is angry. So little Thakurji, he is looking angry, and his mother, it's very easy to tell. So she says, what's wrong with you? What is going on? And she thinks to herself, I think something did happen last night, because he was very quiet and he looked upset, but I didn't think anything of it. And it seems like he's still upset. So, but he's not willing to say anything. Maiya says, what happened? बात कही किन कहा मातु कहा।
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 ढापी मुख उठी बोले हाँ।
काल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठी लाल ढांपी मुख उठी बोले तत्काल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठी लाल
ढांपी मुख उठी बोले तत्काल ढांपी मुख रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख उठी बोले तत्काल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल.
So Maya says, what's wrong? What happened? Did someone say something to you to upset you? Tell me. Now, usually what happens in families, it happens in everyone's family. Maybe the wife is upset and the husband asks, what's wrong? And she looks very upset. She goes, nothing. And tell me what's wrong. Did I say something? Did I do something? What happened? No, all is good. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. So the other person can tell something is wrong, or it could be the husband who's upset. It could be anyone, two people in their interpersonal relationships. They'll ask one another, the other one might say, no, nothing. And it takes a while to say, this is what's upsetting me. And then it all comes out, like the flood of words. And you said this, and then yesterday you had said that, and last year you said the same thing. You did that, and 5 years ago, and 20 years ago. In fact, since we have met, it all comes out like that. But in the beginning, nothing. And so he's saying, nothing. What happened? Tell me. And he's not saying anything. But after some time, Thakurji thinks, what if I keep saying nothing and Maya just walks away and says, okay, theek hai, everything's fine. So I should not push my luck. I should say something. Because you see, let's say, suppose you're in India and you go to a sari shop and you say, Bhaiya, ye kitne mein di? How much is this sari? And the shopkeeper says, Madam, this is 5,000 rupees. 5,000? No. 3,000. Oh, no. 3,000, nothing more. No, 5,000. 3,000. No. Okay, but you know what? I'll give it to you for 4,500. No. 3,500. No, 4,500. And then the customer keeps on bargaining, and if the customer bargains too much, the shopkeeper says, please leave. And you don't want to get to that point. You don't want to get to that point where you are chased away and the shopkeeper says, you please go somewhere else. And you think, oh my goodness, I really like that sari and I should have gotten it. It was a good deal, good quality and everything. Then you regret it. So Thakurji is thinking, I should really say something. Or it's like a child who says, Mom, I want macaroni and cheese. And the mother says, I have made rice and dal for you. Mom, I want macaroni and cheese. Rice and dal is all you get today. You had macaroni and cheese day before yesterday. Today is rice and dal. No, Mom, I want macaroni and cheese. I won't eat anything. Theek hai, don't eat. Don't eat. I recommend that to parents, mothers especially, whose hearts go out for their children. And if a mother says, my child won't eat Indian food, I say, well, that's your fault. Because if you don't give a choice, what's the child going to do? Starve to death? So the child is saying, no, Mom, I'm not going to eat anything. You'll see, I won't have any dinner. And if the mother is smart, she'll say, take care, okay, good night. Go ahead, go to sleep, hungry. But after, okay, I will then. So the child goes to the bedroom and then thinks, I'm really hungry. But Mom won't give me any macaroni and cheese. So then, okay, Mom, can I have some rice and dal? Ultimately. So then he's embarrassed. Like, I should have eaten it in the first place. So Thakurji does not want to push his luck. He wants to communicate with Yashoda Maiya. So he's willing to talk. And that's very encouraging because now she's going to find out what happened. सुन मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनो मैया मोते कह भैया,
मोते कह भैया,
भैया
सुन मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनो मैया मोते कह भैया,
ढांपी मुख इमि कही रुदत गोपाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख इमि कही रुदत गोपाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख इमि कह रुदत गोपाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख इमि कही रुदत गोपाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख इमि कही रुदत गोपाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख इमि कही रुदत गोपाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल.
So he's willing to communicate with Maya, and he says, Maya, listen. Maya, do you know what happened? She said, no, I don't know. I want to know what happened. Maya, sunu Maya mote kaha bhaiya. Bhaiya tells me, Bhaiya said to me, and he's so sad. Eyes are getting watery, and he's looking very, very sad. And Maya is thinking, what is he going to tell me? What did Balram do? Because Balram to Siddha Sada hai. Balram is the serious one, he is the mature one. Kanhaiya is the mischievous one. So what could Balram have said to him? Maya, batao, tell me. Maya, Bhaiya, what? Bhaiya what? Bhaiya. And he started to cry. And Maya said, what? He started to cry, he could not go on. He's so filled up because he has something on his mind since the previous night, and he's so sad. He's getting up, he's gotten up. Finally, he's telling Maya what has gone on, but he's so emotional, he cannot tell her. He just starts crying after saying Bhaiya. Bhaiya said. But Bhaiya said what? And he just hugs Maya and said, Maya, and he's crying, he's sobbing, and now Yashoda is getting concerned. What did Balram say to him? What could he have said? So she's thinking, did Balram beat you? Did anyone else beat you? Then what happened? And after a long time crying and sobbing, and then he gets normal and getting a lot of affection from Maya, she kisses his forehead, she hugs him up. Then finally he is normal and he's going to tell her. ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल,
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल.
सुनु मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनो मैया मोते
ताली भी बजाइए
भैया,
सुनु मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनो मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनु मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनो मैया
सुनु मैया मोते कह भैया,
सुनु मैया मोते कह भैया।
ढांपि मुख इमि कहि रुदत गोपाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख इमि कहि रुदत गोपाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
बिनु पितु मातु आप कह मो कहाँ,
बिनु पितु मातु आप कह मो कहाँ।
आप कह मो कहाँ,
आप कह मो कहाँ।
बिनु पितु मातु आप कह मो कहाँ।
बिनु पितु मातु आप कह मो कहाँ।
ढांपि मुख हसत ग्वाल दैताल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख हसत ग्वाल दैताल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख हसत ग्वाल दैताल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख हसत ग्वाल दैताल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
बाबा तो ही परो, बाबा तो ही परो पायो कहूँ।
बाबा तो ही परो पायो कहूँ।
बाबा तो ही परो पायो कहूँ।
बाबा तो ही
परो पायो कहूँ। बाबा तो ही परो पायो कहूँ।
बाबा तो ही परो पायो कहूँ।
ढांपि मुख कहलो कहाँ कुचाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कहलो कहाँ कुचाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कहलो कहाँ कुचाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कहलो कहाँ कुचाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, ढांपि मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
After a long time, when little Kanhaiya became normal, he said, Maya, Baldao Bhaiya says to me, he says to all his friends, he says in front of all the friends, all of our friends, that Baba told him that you and Baba found me somewhere, that I'm not your child, you found me somewhere. On the bank of the Yamuna, between two trees, there I was laying there as a newborn, and you found me, you looked at me, you found me, and you brought me home. Maya, that's what Bhaiya keeps telling me. And he tells everyone, and all the friends agree with this, and Maya, they believe him because he said, Baba told me. So if Baldao Bhaiya says it on on his own behalf, they may not believe him, but he says, Baba told me this story, so they believe him because Baba would not tell a lie. Maya, that's what's happening. This is what's making me so sad and so angry that I can't I can't even tell you how upset I am, Maya. So that is what has upset him. He says that all the friends, when they hear this, because all the friends are on this joke, they know about this joke, but Kanhaiya is too young to understand why they're clapping and they're laughing. He thinks they believe all this, but they're older, they're wiser, and they're just making fun of him. But he does not understand, he takes it all too seriously. And Bhaiya has said this before too. It's not the first time he's saying this. He's not saying it for the first time. He has said it before, and you didn't say anything to him. And you just keep on smiling, that's all. So Maya, there's something going on over here. There is some mystery behind this, because Bhaiya keeps saying it again and again, and you're not saying anything to him, Baba doesn't scold him, and you just smile when I tell you this. So Maya is smiling. She is indeed smiling when she hears this. And he wants to know why she's smiling. Why don't you scold him? And you see, Maya is going to answer him. What is she going to say? What is she going to say to convince him? So he says this. ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
तू मैया मुस्काती बात सुनी
मैया मुस्काती बात सुनी
तू 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 मैया मुस्काती बात सुनी
ढांपी मुख है या में कछु चाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख है आवे कछु चाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख है या में कछु चाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख है आवे कछु चाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल ढांपी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल
जो जस होत कृपालु कहत तस
जो जस होत कृपालु कहत तस
कृपालु कहत तस
कृपालु कहत तस
जो जस होत कृपालु कहत तस
जो जस होत कृपालु कहत तस
ढांपी मुख यशुमती कहा सुनु लाल ढांपी मुख
कामरी रूठे लाल। धापी मुख यशोमती कह सुनु लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
धापी मुख यशोमती कहा सुनु लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
धापी मुख यशोमती कह सुनु लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल, धापी मुख कामरी रूठे लाल।
In response to what Kanhaiya has told her, that Baldao Bhaiya says that I was found by you and Baba, and that Baba has told him this, Maiya says, don't worry about anything. You think others to be the way you are yourself. So the outward meaning of that is that Balram was the one who was found on the wayside, and we picked him up, brought him home. So he says this about you, but you can tell him, no, Bhaiya, you're the one who was found by Maiya and Baba. And Kanhaiya becomes very happy. Oh, good, I can tell my friends, and I can say, Maiya told me that Baldao Bhaiya was found in near the shore of the Yamuna, between two trees, and they picked him up and brought him home. It wasn't me, it was Bhaiya. And you don't believe me? Come home, and we'll ask Yashoda Maiya, we'll ask my Maiya. And so he's now very, very happy, knowing that Yashoda Maiya is in his corner. But Maiya says, the double meaning, Maiya says, you think others to be like you are. Because Kanhaiya is saying there is some mystery behind this. There is some trick going on over here. Something you're not telling me, Maiya. And Maiya is saying, well, you are the tricky one. You are the trickster. You have Maya chase everyone. And Maya is dancing, making everyone dance to her tune. So you are the one, and you are the Supreme Lord. And you were born to me. And you had all this plan. You were born to me, and then you escaped from you were born to Devaki, and you escaped from the prison cell, and you came to me, and you did all this natak, or this jal, you have spread this web of your Leela, and you think others are doing the same. So you think others to be the way you are. Everyone has their own point of view. And this is something that we need to, this is a life lesson actually, that everyone looks at one situation and they measure it in their own way. For instance, there were 3 disciples of the same Guru. They were going into the Guru's ashram, and they were all related. There was the grandmother, then her daughter, the mother, and there was a child. 3, the girl and 2 ladies. 1 small girl, 1 young lady, and 1 old lady. So they're all walking with the girl in the front and her mother in the middle, and followed by the grandmother, the old lady. So there was a sannyasi, and he was also walking. So he looked at them and he remarked, Agli na pichli, balihar jaun bichli, kurban jaun bichli. And the old lady felt very, very angry at this sannyasi. Like, what is this sannyasi saying? Agli na pichli, kurban jaun bichli. So they were all going to the ashram. They all had the same guru. So she said, I will complain to Guruji. She marched on over to Guruji and said, Maharajji, this man, this sannyasi disciple of yours, this is what he said. This is what he's all about. This is what he said. That I don't care about the first one or the third one, but I sacrifice my all on the one in the middle. Should he be speaking in this manner? Guruji asked the sannyasi. The sannyasi was about 50 years of age. And did you say this? And the sannyasi said, Maharajji, Guruji, yes, I did say that. But why did you say it? So then the sannyasi explained. He said, Guruji, you came into my life when I'm 50, and now you came into my life. And I regret that. I wish that you had come into my life sooner. Because in these 50 years, my mind is so filled with worldliness. Now it's going to take a long time to throw all that garbage out of my mind. To learn what you are telling me, it takes a long time because there's so much worldliness in my mind. Now, the young lady, she's at the right age. She understands the philosophy. What about the little girl? She's too young to understand the depth of your teachings. Shri Maharaj tells us that once when he asked little children who were showing up at his lecture night after night, and his lecture would last sometimes hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, when he asked them, what makes you come over here again and again to listen to my lectures? And one of them spoke up and said, I like the way you say Rasgulla in your lectures. So, what is a little child, how is a child going to understand the depth of the teachings of a guru? So the little girl in the front, she is too young to understand. And the one in the back, she is too old, too set in her ways. She'll say, Guruji, your lecture was amazing, it was wonderful, बहुत अच्छा बोले आप. लेकिन जो हम करते आ रहे हैं, वो गलत तो नहीं है ना? But she's set in her ways, and no matter what she listens to, she's too set in her ways, and she's not going to change. There's a likelihood that she will not change. But the one in the middle is at the right age to hear the teachings, and she can mold her life according to the teachings. And this is why I said what I said. Now, the old lady who had complained, she felt very, very embarrassed. That, I was thinking something else, and he meant something else. He was completely innocent, and I thought he was being very cheeky and very inappropriate. So, the hidden meaning behind Maiya's words is that, Kanhaiya, you have everyone dancing to your tune. Your Maya is making everyone dance. And so you are the one who spreads this net of your leelas, and you think everyone else does the same, but the outward meaning is that Balram is the one who was found on the wayside, and we picked him up. You can tell your friends that, and Kanhaiya feels very, very happy when he hears this, that now I have an answer for my bhaiya. And in this way, Kanhaiya gets out of bed and he's willing to go and graze the cows, and everything becomes very normal. Boliye Leeladhari Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Ladili Lal ki Jai. Prem Ras Madira ki Jai. Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu ji Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.